Okay, so hello. Uh, this is gonna be a shorter video because I have a migraine coming on. I've taken my sleep medicine and my migraine medicine. Um, but thankfully there's not too much to talk about. There's not too many changes. And this will be the last one, the last video of the like prep stuff. I think I'll just do 7 days whenever I do these, and then anything in the build after that is a nice little surprise. But as you know, I always do the pictures and I do the NCAD. So if you want to see what it looks like without having to watch the setup video, you can do that. Because I always want to see people's factories without having to sit through their setup videos, and no one ever does that. Or no, at least not very many YouTubers. So anyway, and I'm not a YouTuber. Alright, I just play the factory. There were like minor, like two changes in shear and flow cloud seeder, so we're not even going to bother going up there. Here in Wuling City, the main thing I did was fix this or change this energen pipe, because having it up there along the edge was going to make blueprints be a pain in the ass, and then quite frankly I was not about to deal with that. So I will take having to do this not do this. I will take the pipe bridge over that. Now if I really want to, I could snake it around back, but I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to. Like, it can go behind this manifold and down. That, you know, it look kind of goofy, so we're not doing that. Despite this looking kind of goofy. Oh no, I changed this now. That's right. It doesn't look goofy anymore. Oh wait, no. Yeah, okay. It was going to, but now it doesn't because it has this other elbow here. So okay. I planned out blueprints. I gotta get that gas stuff. I planned out blueprints. This is not part of the blueprint. This is a mess I was doing. Blueprints are planned out. It will. Hey, look. Surprisingly, it will follow the same structure, and blueprints will be very easy to set up because we have another. We'll have kind of an anchor here, but I believe it is. It's 8 from the side. So that'll be easy to set up. And then at the bottom. So that's it. That's the setup. And then you'll just go around following the buses. Now I was thinking about doing the depot buses as one blueprint, but then that makes like the blueprints kind of a pain in the ass again, because I can't do these forges as one blueprint because they're too wide. You can only do, what was that, like 50? I think it's 50. If you look at the top right, you see it says size of selected area. It's going to turn red. Yeah, at 50. So I can't do that. So it's easier for all of us, me making blueprints and you placing them down, to do what I did last time. It's like place, 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 follow like the buses, and then batteries up against the top, right? And then the south stuff lines up to the pack. Or in this case, it will line up against this loader. So, yeah, blueprints will be really easy again, which is really nice. Let's go to Marker Stone, I think, because Jingyu had the most changes. I didn't do much in Marker Stone. I just moved around some stuff. Got this conduit right here. Even though I wanted this conduit inlet to be in line with the shredding unit, I'm gonna change that after I deploy this. I'm gonna move it back one for myself because I don't like it not being in line with these other two. But I couldn't put the conduit outlet anywhere useful, so I had to put it there. I framed these a little better, that was one thing, and kind of lined it up as showing, hey, these three, hopefully this comes through to people. These three are for single water. These three on the right side are for double water. The only problem is I didn't do double water that way, so I don't know if it'll come through to people. You know what? I'll do this. Let's do this instead. There. Now they're the same. Now it's double water. So hopefully that comes through to people of like, hey, this lane is for double water. This lane is for single water. And what I might do actually is move this pipe out one. And then put a belt in the middle of them. My mouse keeps double clicking. I cannot move this thing. It's really pissing me off. So like that, right? There. Now it's kind of like separated. It's saying like, hey, these are for single, these are for double. Okay, the only other thing I did was change the water a bit to more trident. I didn't like the double splitters right next to each other coming off of the conduit and going into the refining unit. It just, something about it didn't look right. I like the way this looks a lot more actually. So it's a little more busy and it's one extra logistic, so 3 total, but I like it. So it's staying. I think that's it for Marker Stone. Yeah, so that's it for Marker Stone. It didn't have too many changes. Okay, Jingyu, I spent a lot of time doing nonsense, and you're going to see it up top, but I'm not going to show you on purpose. You'll just see the nonsense. But Jingyu, I was messing with this water to see if I could get it to come in somewhere else. It didn't really work. Actually, I gotta check my powder to make sure it's still powdering. My powder's still powdering right, which it is. Okay, good. I had to fix that yesterday. I did not like the water setup back here, and I like this trident setup now. And we got to use the bus again, because I love running pipes over the depot bus. And it gets kind of matched up with the Energen. So I actually might pump... Oh, no, I can't. Not here. If this was the one that consumes Energen, I would pump it to like 60. But actually, this is all that's going to show in the gas pipe. So, but I got like the kind of... It's not perfectly mirrored or anything, but it just looks nice to have like the 2 pipes of water and 2 pipes of Energen. So I liked that. I think that's all. I wrote down how I'm gonna do all the blueprints. I think, hold on, let me see. In total, so Wuling City will have 7 blueprints again. Jingyu will have 2. Marker Stone will have 4. Now, Marker Stone will have 4, but one of them is the bonus Sheeranite, the bonus liquid Sheeranite. So I'm gonna make that optional for people. This thing right here, this will be optional. If you don't need more liquid Sheeranite or liquid heavy Sheeranite, you don't have to copy or put that blueprint down. So it'll be 1, 3, or 4. And then Yinglong Pass will be 2, but a 3rd one will be available for liquid Sheeranite for the quest. I'm not going to spoil it, just that's what it will be. That's what it will be for, because this entire build can be set up before you have proper before you have the proper amount of resources, and then you can just build on as you get them, and it will balance itself out. Okay, I did turn on the multi-clog autofix here. That is a protection in case someone does use the base at not full capacity, and I think the biggest risk is if you don't find the cuprium and you run out of cuprium ore, it will jack up this, so this protection is on. Now, I normally would not turn this on by default, because if somebody sets up their stuff wrong, they would need to know, right? But at this point, if you were not paying attention, no, I shouldn't even say that. If your setup is wrong, you'll have to look at the AIC report, right? If you're not checking that and you don't care, then I don't think you care if you're underproducing, right? But if you do care and you do check your AIC report, that will let you know when something's wrong, and then we can kind of trace and see what's going on. Because even if this multi-clog autofix is on, there are tells that this thing is like not working, which will be your Zircon won't be on the belt for a while, right? So I left it on as a kind of protection for under resource utilization instead of the other thing. This is just on just in case, but this doesn't need to be on. I really should turn it off actually, because this can't clog. Yeah, let me turn it off. This can't clog. Yeah, so that'll be the blueprints. That'll be a total of 7, 9, 12, 15, 14 blueprints with 2 bonus ones or extra ones. Technically, there'll be 1 more extra one in Wuling City for anyone who wants to do the Aquagen. I guess I'll make one for that as well. So that's all for today. Tomorrow, over the weekend, I'll get started probably tomorrow I'll get started on blueprints and updating the guide and the document and all that stuff. So be on the lookout by the end of this weekend. If you're waiting for this build to use it, it will be up sometime around then. All right.